Hey, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Listen, happy 123 123. That's right, y'all. Do y'all get it? Today is the very last day of this year, 2023. Today is 12/31/23. Okay, well, they said we won't see another day like this in our lifetime. So I thought I'd point out that date. Is there a name for dates like that, y'all, where it's like a pattern? I don't know, you tell me. But listen, nonetheless, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for your support. I want to say I hope that you're doing well. I hope your family is doing well. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to tune in and get news and commentary you can use. Listen, y'all, I wanted to come on and just give you another update on food shortages, okay? Here in America, which is where I live. I know that many of you watch internationally, and I thank you for your support. You know, the American people have been dealing with higher food costs, okay? In some cases, food being either not available, okay? Whether it's because the store couldn't get access to the food, or maybe it's temporarily out of stock. You know, I have many videos on the channel, y'all, where I have taken you with me in the stores, okay? And I've shown you in the stores, farmers market, where food is low. I've shown you the signs for temporarily out of stock. I've shown you signs where they said, hey, you know, due to the weather in a particular area, a certain types of food is not available right now. We've talked about all of that on the channel, okay? If you haven't seen it or you're not aware of it, I'll link those videos and playlists below in the description or at the end of this video. So please stick around and watch this video in its entirety, okay? But what I'm really saying is this, y'all. People, okay, for whatever reason, not only here in America, but around the world, people have faced challenges with finding food, okay? Even being able to afford food, okay? As a matter of fact, I actually have two stories that I want to talk about and get your thoughts on, but I also want to let you know about a food shortage warning, okay? An urgent warning to be exact, coming out of the UK, okay, the United Kingdom. Now, according to my sources, okay, listen to this, y'all, and I'm gonna talk about another story, right? There is an urgent warning, okay, as Britain is likely to see a food shortage, okay, in 2024. Now, you may say, okay, well, Andrea, I don't live in Britain. I'm here in the United States, or you may be in another part of the world, right? But what I want you to do is I want you to think about, okay, what if something like this were to happen in the United States? Would you be prepared? And as a matter of fact, could something like this be coming, or in some cases even continue, okay? Or worst case, get worse. All right, listen to this, y'all, okay? Think about the similarities, okay? How is it that, now I will say this, y'all, when you look on the internet and you just type in food shortages, okay? Just do a quick search. You'll find that there's not really a lot of up-to-date information being put out about food shortages. So if you really want to know like what's going on, you either have to look around in the communities where you are, your own local community, or try to do some research, because it's not going to be headline news, okay? But listen, y'all, an urgent warning, I want to know your thoughts on this. An urgent warning has been issued that Britain is likely to see a shortage of food in 2024. Listen, y'all, okay? According to experts, these are some of the reasons, all right? The reasons include global conflict, okay? We talked about some of that on the channel. We see what's happening over in the Middle East area. We see the different, what some would call maybe agendas, okay, one day this group, something is going on with this group, the next day here comes another group, now it's another new thing over in this particular area. So it seems like there is something new, it seems like, popping up between countries, or two countries or more than two countries. So reasons they're saying for more, the increasing alarming likelihood, right, of food shortages in the UK global conflicts, okay, transportation issues, and even changes in the weather. Okay, y'all know where I'm going with that right now. Furthermore, the source says at the end of next month, there will be new checks on food coming into the UK from the European Union. Okay, and that's said to further exacerbate the problems. Okay, now the announcement. So let me ask y'all this. Okay, why aren't they putting information out, warnings and announcements like this out for the American people? Have you all seen any warnings, official warnings about that? I haven't seen any, but you know, like I said, just going out, even in different communities, looking at what I see on the shelves, okay? Looking at how I have some videos where I showed you all, particularly at a farmer's market, where how they have the food out on the tables. You know, there used to be food covering every part of the table, right? But now it's not like that. They have several sections. They may only have, if it's a large table, only half of the table may be covered with food, okay? Why isn't our current administration being honest, okay, with us about the state of our food supply and food availability here in the United States? Okay, let me know your thoughts on that. All right, now, the announcement of potential shortages, according to my sources, comes as the UK braces itself for the cost of living crisis to worsen when the temperatures fall and more people are using their heating. Okay, now, speaking to the Telegraph about the potential food shortages, Queen's University's Belfast professor Chris Elliott said that fruit and vegetables, y'all, will be the products most affected. Okay, he also went on further to explain, and I quote, "My expectations is, as we've already seen in 2023, with some empty supermarket shelves for months, this will become more persistent as we go forward." Okay, he also had this to say, and I quote, "It'll be about affordability, but also availability, and the likelihood of empty shelves, particularly fresh produce shelves, in 2024 is alarmingly high." Okay, think about that, y'all. If they're saying that in the UK, where from my understanding, I'm not sure about the weather conditions in the area, if they're if they can grow more of their foods depending on the type of weather. I've never been to the UK. I want to travel there one day. But what I'm saying is, from my research, the UK, they import a great amount of their food, okay, from other parts of the world, all right? Professor Elliott also said that food shortages could be affected by food security in other countries and slammed the government for not putting in a long-term plan. Okay, does our government have a long-term plan, by the way? He also said that the UK, and I quote, was reasonably self-sufficient in dairy, poultry, and eggs, that these were now failing as a result of the collapse of the food industry or sectors of the food industry. Okay, his warnings have also been echoed by the Institute of Export and International Trade, which also warned of, and I quote, gaps in supermarket shelves as businesses adjusted to the new rules. Okay. Now, the article also says in order to compensate for its reliance on other nations' food, there have been growing calls for the UK to become more self-sufficient. Okay, haven't I been saying that, y'all? Not only should the nation, okay, the United Kingdom, they're saying should become more self-sufficient, but I believe we as individuals, okay, should try to be as self-sufficient as possible. Now you may say, okay, Andrea, what does that look like? Growing your own food, okay, y'all. I have a whole playlist of home gardening where I use my own self as an example, showing you how to grow your own food from seed. Okay, I grew my entire garden this past growing season from seed. I produce food for my family, y'all. I'm telling you, homegrown food tastes so much better than the food that we buy in the stores. You notice a difference right away. Okay, you can grow your own food, whether you have your own home and backyard, whether you're living in an apartment or other space where you're kind of limited. You can grow your food in containers. They have even now, more videos and things where you can grow your food using a method called hydroponics. Okay, but you can do your research on that. You can also use my channel as a reference and my home gardening playlist. I'll link that as well, so you can see some of the things that I did and put those into practice if you wish. So growing your own food. I have seeds. I don't have them in front of me now, but right here, I'm already starting to get in my seed magazines. Okay, they always, the different companies, they send you or they will send you a book, showing all of their seeds. And so that's something, I already have a current, inventory of seeds, right? But that's something that I'm already, planning and looking into, getting a head start, because guess what, y'all? People aren't necessarily going to sit down and remind you, okay? So I'm looking at what I currently have, looking at, some things that I want to grow. That's just one of them, right? Okay, here's another one. Again, they have all kind of categories of seeds, okay? And you can, buy them individual packs. You can buy them in bulks. But that's one of the next things, that I plan on sitting down and doing, because y'all, with all the food recalls going on, it's going to be more and more important. Like I've been saying, it's going to be more and more important for us all to grow our own food. When we grow our own food, or preparing our own food, cooking our own food at home, we know what's in it. Okay, we can control what ingredients go into it. I hate to say this, y'all, but a lot of the foods that, I know it's convenient. Okay, I've been there myself, still do it. We order food out, and we order food to go, and sometimes you may find bugs in your food. You may start to wonder, have you ever wondered, I wonder what they put in this food? Preservatives, artificial ingredients and things like that. All of that is in our food. But when you grow your own food, when you cook your food at home, and you make a conscious effort of what type of ingredients, how much of ingredients you're putting in there, that's going to contribute to your overall health and well-being. And we for sure need that, especially in a season where there's so many sicknesses happening. Okay, just to put that thought on your mind. But that's what they're saying in the UK. Okay, that's what they're saying in the UK. Now, to conclude this particular article, okay, the National Farmers Union, or the NFU, have called for new targets for the production of British food. President Batters said, and I quote, "The government has rightly legislated for targets on the environment." They're talking about green energy and changes in the, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And they're saying that food has to be given the same status. Okay, so it looks like there are growing calls in Britain, in the UK, to get ahead and take a proactive approach concerning their food crisis. Okay, now listen, y'all. Okay, here in the United States, particularly in my state of Georgia, many families, okay, are also worried about food and availability of food, particularly those families who rely on the SNAP benefits program. So much so that there was a concern that critical food assistance would not be available to Georgians who needed it during this time of year. We just, some people are still celebrating holidays. There was a Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas holiday, other holidays in between. And for those families who rely on SNAP benefits, there is, for some reason, a backlog. Okay, there's a backlog in the system in the state of Georgia. And the Georgia Department of Human Services says that it is working to resolve the delay in SNAP benefits. There was recent reports that around 45,774 total pending renewals, 20,792 of which are overdue, and 13,141 pending state action. Okay. One resident was quoted as saying, "I can't even afford to feed my family." Many people, okay, may have foregone buying holiday gifts to instead focus on providing food for their family. Okay. The Georgia Department of Human Services has said that they are taking steps to expedite processing application. Some of those steps include bringing back retired caseworkers to help process renewals, offering overtime to expand the capacity of caseworkers, and hiring new economic support specialist 1 workers. Okay, even the federal government, okay, I believe they according to one report that I read, said that this backlog was unacceptable and they were calling for some changes to be made as well. Okay, but basically what's happening, y'all, many people, whether it's due to job layoffs, did you see my recent video here on the channel where I talked about banks are closing? And unless those families can find employment, maybe be transferred to another branch, if there's another branch in the area, that those workers, those employees will be laid off, okay? Not only with banks, but other companies. And so we know the effect, the impacts of layoffs, how, you know, they can affect families, not only families, but communities and local economies. And so all of these, you know, different situations, whether it's a temporary hardship, more and more people, okay, due to various factors, right? More and more people, the reason why there's a backlog is because more and more people are turning to programs such as SNAP benefits. Many people also refer to them as refer to it commonly as the food stamp program. Many people are turning to programs like that for assistance, okay? All right, y'all. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'll definitely, you know, keep you updated as I have been doing. I'll keep you updated as we go into the new year. Listen, y'all, as much as possible, become self-sufficient in the area of food, okay? Whether that's growing your own garden, you know, taking some steps to get you some seeds. Again, I showed y'all the seed magazines that I'm getting in. This one is Seed Savers Exchange. I've used their seeds before. I tend to buy seeds that are non-GMO, okay? Seeds that are organic, okay? I even try to get heirloom when I can. Seeds that haven't been treated, haven't been altered, and all of those things. Another one, and I've talked about them before on the channel, is Burpee, okay? And then, you know, there are others as well, okay? These are not the only two seed companies that are out, but there are two where I have definitely had success with growing from seed, okay? Canning, y'all, I will be doing some canning in the new year. I'm even going to look at possibly dehydrating food, okay? I have a food dehydrator, and so I'm going to look into doing that. Buying canned goods, okay? You may say, well, Andrea, I don't have the setup. I don't have the time to be trying to can. Get you some canned goods at the grocery store, okay? Non-perishable foods, all of those things, and having you an emergency food supply as well as survival needs, okay? I have a link. If you look at the links here on the channel, I do have a website, preparewithandrea.com, where you can get your emergency food supply as well as your survival needs. And y'all, I'm telling you, make sure, along with your emergency food supply and survival needs, that you have water, okay? You need to have water stored up as well. And that will help, you know, get you through those times, okay? Thank you so much for supporting me here on the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Blessings. I wish blessings, peace, joy, prosperity, and good health to you and your family, and many abundant blessings to you and your family in this new year. Thank you so much for supporting me here on the channel, and I'll be back in 2024 with more news and commentary you can use. Thank you all so much. Let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments, okay? Take care, y'all. See you in the next video.